Hi, Francesca. This is going to be your reading. And before we start with reading, I would like to do a prayer of intention, blessing you and blessing this reading for you. Like always, I call upon my spirit guides and I call upon Francesca's spirit guides. Spirit guides of the highest vibration of love and light, put us in a bubble of love, optimism, and positivity. In light. Help me to clearly hear, see, and feel the messages so I can truly tap in with Francesca's higher self and Francesca's spirit guides so I can communicate to her the messages that can give her mind, body, and soul peace. It can inspire her to have more happiness and to be truly, truly in a state of bliss, in a state of content with her life. What does she most need to know? Guidance that is full of love, compassion, positivity, and light. What does she need to know most right now, spirit guides? Okay. The first message that I'm receiving, that I got that message when I was selecting the cards for your reading, is just an idea came to me. And I feel right now, moving forward in 2017, I feel like you are meant to be a part of some sort of crisis center, like bring some energy there, bring some high energy into some sort of crisis center. I don't feel like you've ever thought of this before, but I feel like the guides wanted to mention this as an idea of service to humanity. And also there is this presence of it almost felt like a departed father figure energy, that it almost feels like it was slightly abusive towards you. I don't know if this is this lifetime or another lifetime, but it was a very strange message. I feel like your biological father almost has like a soul essence of himself that, I don't know, it seems like it's like fragmented or something, and it's coming to me to give you a message. Because I feel like in a previous lifetime you've experienced a lot of abuse, emotional and physical abuse from this energy of this man. And I do feel like this man may possibly be your actual biological father. Because there's like two energies going on. Like there's this duality in this essence of this soul that feels really like a departed loved one. Because when I connect with it, it feels like I'm connecting with my mediumship ability. And these two energies of this single, you could say, this soul frequency, this vibration, as I feel this darkness and then I feel this lightness, and this lightness is coming forward because I feel this energy of this masculine energy is sending you a lot of healing energy. Because one thing that you are releasing and letting go of is this traumatic experience that had to involve this sort of psychological or physical abuse that it almost feels like it happened in this lifetime. But again, it's like if all lifetimes are like happening at once, it is something that is still energetically has you a little bit fearful, almost like a little bit frightened of masculine men. And this is something that has been turning around, like turning inside of you for some time, ever since you were very young. But I feel like this whole vibration of your energy, your high energy, and your natural ability to really kind of push forward, to be positive, is, I feel like you, this strong willpower is in response to this sort of energy of deep suppression, an individual trying to deeply, passionately suppress your mind, um, and that's what builds you to become stronger. this energy of, especially this masculine man that feels departed to me, that sort of karmic energy you had with this individual that I feel like they're mentioning now because the final really releasing and clearing is going on right now energetically with you, because it served you in helping you to build yourself up, helping you to build your endurance and your perseverance. Okay, it's just a part of you is still learning to really almost like trust men, to see men again as a safe haven, as a find safety in men, not as in like a codependency, but the masculine energy itself, to have a perspective on it that is not tainted by, you could say, this lifetime or this energy of your karmic relationship with this father figure suppression thing that was going on. I don't know why there's just like a past life that comes up of an energy of you being a Jewish, um, almost like a Jewish girl. It's weird because I see you as a Jewish girl, and then all of a sudden you like cut your hair and you look like a Jewish boy. And I feel like there was a reason for that because this was happening. I feel definitely right before, you could say, the brink of this whole Jewish deep suppression thing that happened in Earth's history. And I feel like you were a part of that because I can see you, and I can see you and your father and your mother, and I feel like you had a brother too, like an older brother, and you just cut your hair because it was easier, it was safer for you to be as a boy than as a girl during this difficult time. And I see you all migrating somewhere, traveling somewhere, like a hiding sort of situation going on. So I feel like all of these energies that they're mentioning is something that is really helped you to be very strong and very passionate individual, very energetic individual, have a very strong willpower because you have this strength to you. And then you also have this very airy, fairy energy to you at the same time. So I feel like as you were working on, you could say, this willpower, you were also working at the same time how to remain fairy like and airy like and very positive. I feel like that was your gift to the world, is bringing this sense of optimism and this positivity during very dark times, especially during times of suppression. You were here a lot during times of deep suppression of race, sexuality, of just a culture, even just a suppression of ideas, individuals trying to suppress those who are brilliant and abundant in ideas. But you've always had a passion with returning to Earth. Uh, it's kind of interesting because you need a little nudge to go to Earth. Okay, you need a little like a pep talk to being incarnate, but you don't resist. Okay, because a part of you always, when you cycle back into, you could say, um, outside of this grid system, outside of the wasteland of just polluted mental, emotional, psychological, physical pollution, you get very, it's like whew, fresh air, and then you always get this signal from the divine to return back, and you're always like a little bit, but with pep talk, you always come in, especially during these times of suppression. Because somebody has to be the one to remain positive amongst all of the pessimism. And that was very much your energy. So this father, it's like a forgiveness energy. It's like your biological father wants you to know, he wants you to really forgive him for, I feel like it, for psychological abuse or emotional abuse inflicted on you. Yeah, so I feel like all of those messages I gave you are helping you to really come to terms with the energies that you've dealt with. I feel like in a cycle. I feel like you were in a cycle. Like we all get in these, these energetic cycles, especially before this Aquarius age and this Pisces age. A lot of us energetically, it was easy to get in the swirl, like get caught in the undercurrent of the wave, really, and kind of just go and go. But right now, I feel like you particularly incarnated because of this fact. This is the perfect opportunity. For some reason, during these cups, the Pisces, Aquarius, or I think it was Gemini and Taurus, like way back in the day in Earth's history. During these sort of turning, it's like one wave is breaking and another one is forming. Sort of that energy. There's like this pocket. There's this pocket like in between. You could say in between the waves, the one's crashing and what's about to form. There's this pocket of decision making, of decision making of how are we going to move forward. Like this little pocket of this stillness, like right before, between a breaking wave and a formulating wave. There's this stillness where you get to really contemplate and really get to heal. And that's why I feel like there's a great emphasis on your life and a lot of people's lives on healing, because of this stillness that is going on right now before that wave really takes formation and really gets big with the whole moving forward. It's like a huge block of wave moving forward with Aquarius energy, and that's when a lot of children are going to really have high energy with science and technology. But right now it's stillness. It's all about stillness. It's all about decision making for you. It's all about healing that cycle that you got out, that wave that you were kind of caught in the undercurrent, as we all do in those Pisces age of dealing with suppression. You could say, if you were part of the Earth Angel Training Academy, your focus would have been on suppression, dealing with suppression, understanding depression, dissecting the whole concept of suppression, suppressing another individual and suppressing oneself psychologically, emotionally, physically. Okay, so the mention about a crisis center energy, because of the fact you have this very detailed data collection from your many lifetimes of suppression. So you know how to help people to move forward, to get to be empowered, confidence. Just feeling the messages. So, okay. That's why I feel like the crisis center is an energy that you're meant to work with. But again, right now, it is important. It's like I feel like there's been a lot of suppression with this father figure of yours, like mental suppression, emotional suppression. That's why you explode out, because this fire in you is like, no, refuses to be suppressed. So it explodes even more out. It's like trying to keep a firework. You have a firework in its little container, and you light it up, and you're trying to hold the firework. It actually builds it up until it completely explodes, and it's just like energy that's even more intense than if you just kind of let it out. You just let it out. But your masculine, I definitely feel your masculine, you could say, counterpart is very much like a teacher to me, a teacher to you in the fifth dimensional realm. It's kind of interesting because whenever I think of you, I'm always taken back to that Earth Angel Training Academy. It's very interesting to me. But again, lesson for you is being comfortable around, you could say, masculine men, which I feel like is something you're working on right now. When I mean comfortable, as in seeing safety in that, okay, to not be slightly cautious or weary of that sort of energy. So now I'm just going to focus more so on, you could say, your twin flame energy and what's going on with that energy. I do feel like your sort of purpose and mission, it does involve a sense of traveling. And it's almost like the word agency comes up. I don't know what necessarily that may imply. something of like a beauty, giving a beauty to individuals. That's not as like an artistic thing, a creative thing. It's like forming a sort of like a business of, it almost feels like the closest thing I can think of is almost like a wedding organizing, like wedding organizing, wedding planning, but I don't feel like it's necessarily that per se, like that job description, because again, what you're going to be, your career is not just following what's already been done, you know, hundreds, thousands of times by so many other people. It's like you're incorporating like these elements of like a wedding planner, of like beauty, organizing beauty, planning beauty, and I feel like this, your friend, I forget her name, I can see her in my face. I met her. I remember. I just don't remember her name. I feel like you guys are going to be doing something together, like forming a business, and I feel like it's already in the works right now. It's already sort of being planned and organized, and it does involve. It does. It feels like it involved as some sort of. It's like an event planning. It feels like it's some sort of event planning, event organizing. Um, that is different from like an event as in like parties or organizing parties. I don't know exactly what this is. I'm trying to like pinpoint, but it just seems something very fun. It's something very happy-go-lucky sort of energy. It's very free-flowing. It's like you feel like you can explore this energy. You don't feel like a sitting at a desk sort of filing paperwork. It's a lot of communication. You're meeting a lot of people. You're interacting. It requires you to network a lot. This energy of your career requires you to network. You have to constantly be on the ball with keeping contact with people. And a card flipped out, and it was trust your intuition. And as you can see, this is just an explosion within the heart chakra. So trusting your intuition, that flipped out when I was talking about you and your friend going into business together, involving this sort of event organizing of, it makes people happy. It's down. It's like having a party energy, but it's different at the same time. It's like bringing people beauty to their lives in the form of organizing something for them. Like being the creative mind, being the creative hand behind something that they pay you to, they give you an idea, they pay you to, here's my idea, and you make it happen. Sort of energy that I feel is involving this, your career that would really bring you a sense of joy. And it does involve some sort of outside. That's why I feel like it would be event something, because I feel like you are doing something outside in nature and putting things in particular places that is like a feng shui sort of thing that brings beauty, and people walk into it and they're just like, oh, it feels like they're in this heavenly energy. So when I connect with your twin flame energy, this masculine energy, we have this in the near future, and we have yes, and we have romance. So I feel like you've grown so much in the last year, the last 2 years when it comes to this whole twin flame energy. And I do feel like this twin flame is of a masculine energy. I definitely feel that. But I feel like these last 2 years have been about healing the whole concept of masculine energy in relation to you. Because a lot of times it's been in relation to you. It's been about sort of, suppressing and feeling kind of not safe, and you don't really find comfort in that. Emotional comfort, always feel like a criticism. So it's making peace and releasing all of those sort of negative ideas about masculine energy that's been through the cycle. Okay. And it's, again, trusting your intuition. So in the near future, okay, I feel like this has to do with 2017 in this turning of events. As you know, we are really, 2017 is happening, really soon. So this energy is, union is propelling you forward, the idea of union, but also the idea of communication, and you really interacting with people is important, because I see all this blue around them, and I feel like you and your twin flames energy is about reaching out to people. It's about networking. A lot of it is about you and him networking, organizing things for other people. But I feel like something they mentioned the crisis center as your own individual service to humanity, because you are so qualified in helping people to get out of that because of your collected data as a sole researcher of, the whole idea of suppression. And then we have the card yes energy when it comes to, we have your earthy and then you have the sun. And the earthy energy is a representation, I feel, of your, you can say it feels like a more masculine energy of accepting of this masculine energy and of really connecting with everything that's ever happened, ever will happen, really coming to terms with meshing it all together. It's like melting a bunch of different materials together to form like one sort of solid material, and then deciding, to completely just transmutate that. Instead of transmutating all of these different energies, it's like combining them all together into one sphere, like melting all pieces of iron or something, unique materials, into one solid sphere, and then just transmuting that. I feel like that's something you're working on right now, energetically, with just so much releasing. Especially the pain. There's been a lot of pain you felt in your heart, a lot of pain, even when you were very young. It's been a constant thing of dealing with pain, and you've always wondered, like, where is this pain coming from? I haven't had that much of a bad childhood to have so much pain inside of my heart. It's because of everything is coming together, every pain you ever felt throughout the beginning of your life cycles on Earth. Because I do feel like you are like an Earth angel, in essence, where you've come here countless times again and again and again. It's not something you come here and then, you go to the higher realms for the vast majority of the rest of that cycle of that particular age, like a Taurus, Gemini, Pisces. You've been like me, cycling in like a wave. You never really had this break. You're always like on the wave, and then you're on the next wave, then you're on the next wave, and the next wave. And now you're not on a wave. You're on this period of just stillness where there is like no wave, there's no building. It's like a slight little thing, like there you can see a little hump, but it's not of a building of an age. It's like the complete stillness. So that's why every pain is just like coming up. Every wave, that's rough. Rough being on a wave, rough riding that wave. It takes a toll on, especially your energetic DNA, which is your physical sort of DNA, your physical aspect, the physical sense, the groundedness of your energy here in this world. Okay, so it's like really clearing that all. It's like freedom, peace. Peace can heal. I can just kind of be calm. I don't have to really do anything. I can just be still, and that's good enough, because that's what I'm here to do. That's what you're here to do. Just be still, be calm, explore, but not to necessarily do anything, like build anything. You don't really have to overcome a huge heaviness like you had in many lifetimes. So, and this is saying yes to the freedom of a union. That's what I hear. And this sun and this earth is elements really coming together. So he may be a different element than you. When I mean by element, you have this airy element. He may be a very practical, grounded element, this masculine energy. Very calculated. I feel like he would be a very calculated individual. But he would also be very free-flowing, because to the core of your essence, you're very free-flowing. I mean, that's pretty much everyone to the core essence, free-flowing. So I feel like his core energy is free-flowing, but he's very calculated. And he is like an organizer. I can see him as like an organizer or a planner of events, of like an entrepreneurship sort of ability in making something like very small into something where he can make money off of that. I feel like he's never had a problem with ideas and making money off of ideas. But this romance energy and trusting your intuition is to trust how you feel about a particular person that you may meet. To not jump the gun. There may be some jumping the gun because your energy is so high, like all the time, that it's like your heart space is always like running and running and rushing and rushing. So this, you may find this individual and be kind of taken back, and you may not know what to do about this connection, because he's gonna be very calculated. He's not gonna be like just a wild sort of just energetic bunny. He's gonna be very just kind of mellow, doesn't really want much. He's very simple. His energy is very like feng shui. It's just organized, and he seems very mellow. Like he just may even seem boring to you. But you have to trust your intuition when it comes to this person, because I do feel like this person probably lives somewhere else, like a different state, or there's some sort of long distance travel energy. But it's like to really, you're going to really take on a different energy in 2017. You're going to really allow yourself to be more grounded, to be more, to be more mellow, to relax your body rather than be so much energy where your body is just constantly in this shock, like you're shocking your body. It being high energy, like running, running is good for endurance, and it's good for your body to, if you, especially if you want to do some sort of marathon. But it does energetically can take a toll on your body, because your body being constant on shock, it just creates this momentum, like always going, 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 going. And I feel like with you in 2017, it's more so of not really doing anything, straining what's on your body, such as high energy, allowing the high energy to really settle in your body, to really relax your body, to really relax your muscles, to really relax your tissues, okay, your bones, your organs, everything. Because I feel like that's going to really help you when it comes to transmutation. I feel like you did just transmutate something big in your life, and that had to do with your health. And this is the high energy really helped that, for sure. But yeah, I'm just going to pull just a couple more cards. I feel like I got all the message out that your spirit guides really want you to know right now. We don't want to give you like an overload in channel messages. It's like kind of have to deal kind of like channel messages at a time sort of thing. The most important at a time. So the first card we have is retreat. So that's saying about relaxing the body. Okay, retreat card. Retreat. Okay, because you've dealt with something physically, emotionally, where it took a lot out of you, because you put a lot of energy, high energy towards it to transmute it. And now it's time for you to really kind of draw back the energy, to kind of take on the mellow energy, to allow the new energy, the new healing energy. Like you literally gave yourself so much healing energy that you felt like a total high energy. And now it's let that healing energy to really circulate throughout your body. Not send more, okay, more and more high energy, because that just keeps it circling. But now letting it to settle, letting it to move down your body. Because it's like your whole identity, your whole cells inside of you is rejuvenating through the extremities of many incarnations. It's like rejuvenating yourself, like being reborn. But this time it's totally different energy. You're in a totally different vibrational frequency, earth. Okay, earth frequency. And then the second card we have is mercy. So this mercy energy is forgiveness. I feel like it's forgiveness. You're going to be doing a lot of forgiveness. And I feel like this masculine twin flame energy has been helping you with this forgiveness. There's so much forgiveness that's going on towards so many people that you are constantly working on. Forgiveness to the point where you're no longer frustrated. You're not just accepting it as in just kind of like, I just have to accept it. But you are like, there's mercy, mercy. You now fully have compassion, where you don't let it bother you. You don't even let it frustrate you. You don't even think pessimistically about it or negatively, like, I have to deal with this. It's just a part of my karma to deal with this. I feel like that's something that's been going on. It's my karma. I have to deal with this. Now it's like total forgiveness, where it's like, you know what? Hey, I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to go with it and just be optimistic and positive. And I feel like you've tried many times, but the pain of the situations has just always overcome the thoughts of positivity or trying to remain calm. But this time I feel like true forgiveness for everything, for all of these lifetimes of just feeling completely suppressed and feeling like individuals are trying to suppress you, that whole idea of suppression is completely going away, and you're realizing that you're safe here in this age, and you can completely reinvent yourself, and no masculine energy is here to suppress you or to make you feel trapped. There's a lot of energies of feeling trapped, and that's what suppression does. So it's complete forgiveness towards the whole entire world for its pain inflicted, not on you, but just on many. Many who wanted to be adventurous and many who wanted to be explorers of the world. It's like complete surrender to letting go and just, I'm going to just play. I'm just going to go play, and I'm going to clear out anything in my life that is just heavy for me and is not serving for my highest good. I'm just going to clear it out. I'm going to clear it out so I can focus. So I'm not just have a clutter of just energies. I am focused, organized energies that are simple and that are beneficial for me, not just a vast amount of energies that are just chaotic in my life. It's like focusing on what is most matters. And that may be like 4 energies in your life. It could be just organized energy. I feel like you're organizing your life, organizing to see what matters so you don't feel the chaos that leads to the frustration. So I feel like these are important messages for you. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you found it very insightful, and I hope it gave you everything that you were looking for. Okay, bye.